The factors of production. Economists group resources into four categories. There's land, there's labor, there's capital, and there's entrepreneurship. Land refers to all natural resources that are used up in the production process. The payment to or the income of the owners of land, people who own land, who own natural resources and contribute them to the production process, their income or their payment is called rent. Now, that's different to the conventional understanding of rent that most people have. So when an economist is talking about rent, they are talking about the payment to or the income of the owners of land. These are the owners of all natural resources used up in a production process. Labor refers to the mental and physical effort exerted during the production process. Labor doesn't refer to the workers themselves. This is very important. It refers to their time and effort. You have to distinguish between a worker and their labor. Now, the payment to or the income of the owners of labor, so it's the workers that earn their labor, their payment or their income is called wage. There are many different types of wage payments. There are salaries, wages per hour, but all of these are grouped as wage. So when economists talk about wages, they're talking about the income of workers, the income of the owners of labor, which refers to the mental and physical effort exerted during the production process. Capital is often the trickiest one to understand. Capital refers to any resource that can produce a future stream of benefits. Okay, there are four main subcategories under the factor of production of capital. There's physical capital, which refers to the machinery, tools, equipment, roads, bridges. All of these are physical capital. There's human capital, which refers to the knowledge and skills of the workforce. When you go to school to study, you are investing in your human capital. This will produce a future stream of benefits. You will increase your earning potential in the future. Natural capital is the third subcategory. This refers to things like the raw materials that are dug up from the ground or extracted from land, the geology, geological factors, soil quality, air, water, all living things, climate regulation. These are all part of the natural capital. Natural capital ties in very closely with land as a factor of production. And then there's financial capital, like stocks, bonds, loans, basically all financial instruments that can produce a future stream of benefits. Now, the payment to and the income of the owners of capital or the capitalists, the payment to those owners is called interest. Okay, so remember, the payment to the owners of land, which is their income, is rent. The payment to the owners of labor, which is their income, is wage. The payment to the owners of capital, which is their income, is interest. This brings us to the final factor of production, which is entrepreneurship, sometimes called enterprise. So entrepreneurship is the risk-taking factor. It's when someone or a group of people, an individual or a group of individuals, take the risk and combine all the other factors of production into a productive activity. Okay, land, labor, and capital won't produce on its own. Someone has to take the risk and organize and combine these factors of production into a productive activity. The payment to, which is the income of the owners of entrepreneurship or the entrepreneur themselves, we call their income or their payment profit. So the owners of land receive rent, the owners of capital receive interest, the owners of labor receive wages, and the owners of entrepreneurship or enterprise receive profit. Now, the concept of factors of production, the FOPs, ties in very closely with two of the central 9 concepts. The first one is scarcity. Remember, scarcity is the idea that there are unlimited human needs and wants that need to be met, so these are to be met by limited resources. Those limited resources are the FOPs. The FOPs are the limited resources that are part of the basic or the central economic problem. Factors of production also ties in with the concept of sustainability, right? Factors of production need to be used in a way that meets the needs of the current generations without compromising future generations' ability to meet their needs. So economists try to study how can factors of production and resources be used sustainably, be used to meet and satisfy the needs and wants of the current generation, while also allowing future generations to meet their own needs. Because if we use up all the resources now, future generations won't have any resources to use to meet their needs and wants. So the concept of FOPs ties in very closely with the concept of scarcity and the concept of sustainability. Thank you very much.